Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, here what we're going to do is importing graphics, vector graphics into Microsoft Word. Now the problem with Microsoft Word is that you can't simply copy a vector graphic from Inkscape and then paste it into Word. If you do try to do that, what will happen is you will get the graphic. Let me paste it into another document to make it easy for you to see. You will get the graphic, but the graphic will not be a vector graphic. It will be converted into a normal graphic, so that's all the quality lost. Right, in order for you to import that graphic and keep it as a vector, as you can see these graphics are still vectors and they will print properly as well, you need to import it properly, which is quite a long process. Now for example, if I want to import all of these graphics into Microsoft Word, what do I need to do? If I go to File, Save As, you'll see that Inkscape's standard default file format is SVG, which is something vector graphic. I can't remember what the S stands for, but the only now from all of these file types, the ones, only a couple of them, EMF and maybe WMF, these are the ones that Microsoft Word accepts. So what you need to do is save them as one of them. Now the one I use is enhanced meta file EMF, and usually what I do is I just okay, one thing to do before that is, usually Inkscape has a large background, or the page is very large, so if we to make the page just as big as the graphics, if you highlight all the graphics and you go to document properties, this will tell you how big the document is. Now basically what I want to show you there is, if you just highlight all the words or the graphics that you want to take, sometimes you might just want to take that much, but what you do is you highlight all those, you press resize page to drawing or selection. Now what that will do is, if we show the page border, it will show you that it's made the page just as big as your graphics are. Also what I do is get rid of the page border, because all of these things, they'll show up in your imported graphic eventually. Get rid of that, make it the page, resize it to the selection. Once you've done that, you can get rid of that. To bring up that that box again, the shortcut is Control Shift and D. Okay. Anyway, now you've got the graphics that you need, and what to do is go to Save As, which again is Control Shift S to do that. Select EMF as the saving type. Now what I always do is, you don't need to do this, but I don't bother, if it's just a few words I'm working with, I won't bother naming the file. I just to rewrite, write over this example file which I use for transfer. Okay, so, or you can type in something there which, you know, a name. I use it just for convenience, save time. Select that and then save. Say convert text to path. It'll always ask that when you're saving an EMF. Press OK. Because I'm replacing a file, it's asking if I want to replace. Just press yes, replace. Now once you go into Microsoft Word, what you need to do is go to insert picture. Now when you go to that particular folder, you'll see there are actually a lot of SVGs in that same folder, but they don't display because EMF is the only one that Microsoft Word will import from. So now when you press insert, you can see we have our vector graphics, and if you zoom in, you see that these are actually vectors. Now the job's not done there. For you to be able to play around with these still how you want to, you have to then convert these into Microsoft objects or Office objects or something, whatever they're called. How to do that? This is how you do it. Right click on that. Again, it's quite a long process. Go to grouping, go to ungroup. Now this is now going to ask you, this is an imported picture, not a group. Do you want to convert it to Microsoft Office drawing objects? Now press yes. And the first problem you notice, as soon as I did that, I just undo and redo too, so you can see it. Let me zoom in so you can see it properly as well. Is it will suddenly make everything, I'm going to redo it, make everything thick. Yeah. Now what that's done is, because it's made it a Microsoft drawing object, it has made given it a border. Now you need to get rid of that outline or border. How do you do that? If you go to format, shape outline, and press no outline, now that's gone back to normal. Yeah, and to see the difference, if I undo and redo, you see undo, that's thick slightly, and if I redo that, it's got rid of that and taking it back to normal. So that's basically now the normal shape, which is a vector graphic, which is quite easy to manipulate and work with in Microsoft Word. Now as you can see, that's quite a long process. I'm going to do it now quickly and also use some of the shortcuts. So the shortcuts that are most important here is how to ungroup it. If you have the thing selected, then what you can do is press the keyboard shortcut for right click, which is on the right hand side between the Windows key and the control, right control. You press that, and then you press G on the keyboard, and then you press U. Obviously there's no ungrouping to do here, but that's the one. That's the first shortcut. The second shortcut to use is to get rid of the border quickly, is in Microsoft Word 2007 and 10, I think. If you press Alt, left Alt, and then as you can see here, format, there's all these keyboard shortcuts. So the one is JD. After JD you want to go to shape outline, which is SO, and then the one you want is N for no outline. Okay, so to do that quickly is to do that. So if you master, or if you get used to these shortcuts, then you can do these things slightly more efficiently. Okay, so now I'm gonna insert the same picture again, but try and do it slightly quickly so you can see that it can be done slightly faster. Insert picture example. Let me move it down. Actually, I can't see which one it is. That, let me get rid of that one and do it again. Insert picture example. Right click, GU, yes, and then Alt, JDSON, and there you go. Now we have that. And the last thing that you might want to do to that is to maintain the aspect ratio, and to stop it from becoming odd sized, is to lock the aspect ratio. So how you do that is, if you go to format and select this small button on size and lock the aspect ratio. Okay, and you can do that by right clicking. Also go to format and do that, whichever way you find easier. Or there is a keyboard shortcut which is slightly long. If you highlight them, if you select them, press Alt, and then again JD, and then you press SZ, and then you use tab to get into this tab, and then you press A. It will toggle that. Every time you press A, it will either lock or unlock the aspect ratio, and by pressing enter they will select that. That's basically it. Now you have scalable vector graphics, which work pretty much like they do on other programs, and it's quite easy and nice to use. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.